Welcome to PMI News. I'm Syed Liaquat Hussain. Now you are watching news headlines today. Idala Rajinder resigns as MLA, also TRS membership and likely to join the BJP on June 7th. KTR asks Centre to import unused COVID-19 vaccine stock from other countries. Interboard awaits CM KCR's note on exams. Minister Gangula says food distribution is commendable during corona pandemic. Bhupalli tribals opt for forest isolation. RBI allows banks to provide liquidity support to COVID affected sectors. News in details now. Idala Rajinder, who was dropped as health minister in May over land encroachment allegations, is likely to join the BJP on June 7th. Former Minister Idala Rajinder on Friday announced his resignation from the post of MLA as also the primary membership of Telangana Rashtra Samiti. He is likely to join the BJP soon on June 7th. Rajinder returned to the city from New Delhi and announced his resignation at a press conference at his Shamirpet residence. Rajinder was dropped from the K. Chandrasekhar Rao cabinet last month following allegations of land grabbing. On Monday evening, he met BJP National President JP Nadda at his residence in New Delhi. Former MP G. Vivek and former MLA Enugu Ravindra Reddy was also accompanied with Idala. They met Nadda in the presence of BJP Telangana State in charge Tarun Chugh and State President Bandi Sanjay Kumar. IT and Industries Minister K.T. Rama Rao has said the centre should immediately take measures to import COVID-19 vaccines from countries that are sitting on a huge stockpile of unused COVID vaccines. Inaugurating a 150-bed ICU facility for COVID patients at the Telangana Institute of Medical Sciences, Gachibowli on Friday, Ramarao asserted that a universal COVID vaccination for everybody was the only permanent solution for the COVID-19 pandemic. To vaccinate everybody, the centre must roll out measures to procure COVID vaccines and establish a distribution line for states. The centre should have a uniform pricing and distribution policy for COVID-19 vaccines and must accept that their primary responsibility is to procure vaccines from other countries and then distribute it so that states can administrate those to the public free of cost. He also mentioned that my information suggests that 4 countries including the US, Norway, Denmark, Canada and others alone are sitting on an unused stockpile of nearly 50 crore COVID vaccines manufactured by AstraZeneca. Instead of holding talks with other international vaccine manufacturers for importing COVID vaccines, the centre is putting too much stress on Bharat Biotech and Serum Institute to meet the vaccine demand in India. Depending on only these 2 manufacturers is not going to meet the overall demand, Rao added. With the possibility of third wave of COVID striking the country and experts predicting that it could affect the children more, the state government is in 2 minds on conducting the intermediate examinations. The board says that on its part, they are prepared to conduct the examination if the state government decides so. A senior TSBIE official said that the board has already prepared the question papers for all the examinations. It has also identified the examination centers. BC Welfare and Civil Supplies Minister Gangula Kamalakar said that it was commendable to provide food to the needy and poor during COVID times, especially in lockdown. He was the chief guest at the 11th day charity function organized by Corporator Jayashri Srinivas at Karimnagar RTC bus stand on Thursday. Speaking on the occasion, Minister Gangula said that there will be drivers, conductors, porters, workers and passengers at the bus stand and the organizers had come forward to satisfy their hunger and distributing homemade meals free of cost. On this occasion, Minister Kamalakar honored the charity organizers with shawls. Mayor Y. Sunil Rao, Corporator Bonala Srikan, Gogila Srinivas, Ponam Madhu, Bhattu Srinivas, Venkat Shyam, Brahman Praveen and others attended the program. Bhupalpalli tribals opt for forest isolation. The woods in which they live have become an isolation center for 34 residents of Yatnaram village under Mutharam Mandal in Jayashankar Bhupalpalli district who tested positive for COVID-19. While the reports suggest that there are at least 34% contacted coronavirus in Yatnaram village nearly 260 kilometers northeast of Hyderabad. The version of medical officials is different. All of them were down with coronavirus in the last 3 days. It's learned with an intention not to harm the others in their families. The patients voluntarily came out of their residence and erected tents in the nearby forest region for isolation. The medical officials said that they have arranged an isolation center in the government primary school under the supervision of Dr. Gopinath. The Reserve Bank of India has finally come to the rescue of the country's travel and tourism, hospitality and aviation sectors which were worst affected in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic. The RBI has allowed banks to provide fresh lending support up to Rs 15,000 crore to these segments of the economy at a lower interest-bearing repo rate of 4% currently. A separate liquidity window of Rs 5,000 crore is open till March 31st, 2022. With tenors of up to 3 years at the repo rate, an RBI statement said. Under the scheme, banks can provide fresh lending support to hotels and restaurants, tourism, travel agents, tour operators, and adventure heritage facilities, aviation, ancillary services, ground handling and supply chain and other services that include private bus operators, car repair services, rent-a-car service providers, event conference organizers, SPA clinics, and beauty parlors, salons, the statement added. Hice sets up 150-bed ICU in Telangana Institute of Medical Sciences. Software Enterprises Association and its member companies like Microsoft, Qualcomm, Franklin, Templeton, Cognizant, and Wells Fargo have come together to sponsor and set up a 150-bed ICU project at Telangana Institute of Medical Sciences, Gachibowli. As part of their response to the prevailing COVID situation, Hice, along with its member companies and NGO partner Nirman, identified key government hospitals wherein there is a need for staff, critical life-saving equipment and medicines. In addition, home isolation kits, livelihood restarter kits, ration and hygiene kits were also distributed to the needy. Under the Hice COVID response initiative, about 75 existing ICU beds in Thames and 20 in fever hospital were upgraded. In addition to setting 75 new ICU beds in Thames, Gachibowli by mid-July. About 35 plus corporate partners contributed more than 14.5 crore to the mission, the association said in a statement. IT and Industries Principal Secretary Jayesh Rajan, Cyberabad Police Commissioner VC Sajanar, Rangareddy Magistrate Amon Kumar, and Telangana Medical Education Director K. Ramesh Reddy were also present on the occasion. Hyderabad City Police has booked about 7,877 cases today, where lockdown violation cases are recorded 5,876, not wearing mask, improper mask wearing cases 1,646, not maintaining social distance cases are 239 and large gathering cases are 81. Consumption of liquor, pan, gutka and other tobacco products in public cases are 35 and total 4,750 vehicles has been seized by the Hyderabad police. PMI News, Hyderabad.